looks nice. It's a 17-inch diagonal again.
My
2200
goodness.
by 1300 resolution. Should be pretty bright and sharp.
Oh.
And they mentioned excellent responsiveness, and there's a lot of compute power behind
And
this
look
screen.
at the Hey yo, what's good YouTube? You know who it is, your boy Ronnie MP. Thank you and welcome to a brand new video of It's Ronnie MP, the show where we bring you guys a bunch of videos suggested by, or a bunch of financial videos suggested by you guys and you guys only, Tesla being the main one. And for today, talking about Tesla 2021 is already super interesting. We had Q4 earnings, which was nice, some really good insights. We're going to be covering that on this channel as well. But right now, hey, I just want to go through the 2021 Tesla Model S refresh, all right? And I've seen right now, literally 15 hours ago, I'd say, Marques Brownlee released a video in his Tesla, I believe, and you know, he was doing basically a reaction to the new Tesla, which I'm just excited to see. As I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm even wearing the red up in here. So we're about to check it out. If you're brand new to the channel, as I said, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the like button. Without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah. Be sure to like the video.
They finally did it. They finally did it. We knew it was coming. You know, Tesla Model S is fundamentally a 10-plus-year-old design, which is a long time in car years and even longer in tech years. So we knew that some sort of a refresh of Tesla Model S was eventually going to happen to catch it up with all the new stuff about Model 3 and Model Y. And now it's happened. So about 24 hours ago, Tesla finally updated their site. They had their earnings call. They dropped the new design of the Model S and X on their site. Inside and out, a lot of new stuff. I had some initial reactions and I tweeted some of them, but then I chilled for a little bit.
That is gorgeous. Hold on, let's rewind real quick. Guys, let me know what you think about the look.
To catch up with all the new stuff about Model 3 and Model Y. New design of the Model S and X.
Okay, let's pause it right there, guys. Let me know, what do you think about the aestheticsness of the car? Forget about the function. Obviously, we're going to be diving into the performance, everything. We already know with Tesla, performance is key. We are creating, and I say we because I'm an investor in Tesla, and I'm trying to build up that, you know, to reach that Tesla-naire level. But let me know about the aesthetics of the car. I mean, does it look nice? I personally think it looks gorgeous. It looks joli en français, hein? Joli. So let me know in the comment section.
A lot of new stuff. I had some initial reactions and I tweeted some of them, but then I chilled for a little bit.
Yeah, chill
I
out.
slept on it and I got some more thoughts and some more questions. So this video is going to be all my thoughts on everything new in one place. Some honest reactions from an electric car enthusiast, but also a Tesla driver currently who was thinking about getting one. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you about my decision on the new Tesla. So
he's gonna get one.
Let's get into it. So first of all, the outside, if you look at it, looks like a pretty minor change.
Okay, I'm not talking about the change right now, but the aesthetics, it even matches the background. You see the blue background? That royal blue? Oh, please. Elon, just give me one. Elon, if you're watching this right now, I challenge you, I dare you. He's obviously not, but I dare you to just give me one. Get in contact.
Wow. Nothing too drastic. It's still clearly the Model S shape.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Now, with black trim, where the chrome used to be. That's a good change. I like
that's
that.
Gorgeous.
RIP to the chrome. It's looked kind of dated for a long time.
Yeah, tacky.
We won't miss that. But really the biggest change to the outside that I can see is the front grille and the front splitter at the bottom are a little bigger, a little simpler. The fog lights are a little bit narrower, a little bit cleaned up. And Model X also got this change too, by the way. So they have this unified front look. I think they look solid, but still obviously very familiar. Also, some of you may know I'm a big fan of wrapping my car, so I guess none of this would really matter too much to me, but I like the silhouette of the car, so it stays the same. But where most of the major changes were on the interior. So this is the new interior.
Ooh la la. That steering wheel, that's the first thing. As soon as you gaze at it or stare at it, the steering wheel just gets you like, what on earth is that? Whose ship am I driving today? Wow, that is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I mean, it looks like you're gonna have to get used to it because obviously we're all, pretty much the whole world, we're all used to, you know, a circle, a steering wheel, give and take. You get what I mean? But goodness me, man, that is, I like it. I mean, I like it. It's Tesla as well, so I'm guessing they already know that it's functional. It works. It might take some getting used to, but they know that it works. So
the Tesla Model S and X, and boy, do we have a lot going on here. Okay, overall, I think it looks hot. but there's a couple key things that I
screen at the
think will be
back.
more important than others with.
So now, because obviously we're an investor as well, we're talking from an investor point of view. I wonder what's going to be going on at the back. So is that something that you can plug in? You see that screen right there? Is that something where you can maybe pair it up with your phone and watch your own stuff? Because I'm thinking about robotaxi. So once robotaxi is a thing in the future, is that something that, you know, if I'm able to get my Tesla out to go out and make money for me, is that something that I can remove? Is that something where maybe my potential future clients, I don't even know what to say when my car is making money for me and driving by itself, but is that something where, I don't know, the clients or the customers can be able to interact with, as in like watch their own stuff on it, I don't know, read a book or take it out as a tablet and then read a book? Productivity wise, you get what I mean. If you're a Tesla owner, you get what I mean. If you're just watching this video randomly, then you probably don't.
So let's just start with that steering wheel, shall we?
Yes,
so
please.
This is what they call a yoke steering wheel.
It looks like a face.
They also have this style steering wheel in the new Roadster prototypes, and basically,
yeah, I was gonna mention with the Roadster as well. So I mean, it looks, in my opinion, it looks much better in the new Model S refresh than in the Roadster, but let's see when people eventually get it, how functional it is, how functional
it looks like
it is.
someone just took a regular steering wheel and chopped off the top.
Chopped it in half.
So now this is the part that we all look at and we're like, okay, on one hand, that looks pretty sick.
Yes.
And in a straight line, it's going to feel like a fighter jet. It looks like an airplane steering
cold.
wheel. But the more we think about using it,
is it functional?
Well, the more you come up with the reasons why maybe that's not the best idea. But first of all, if you look at the images again, there's no stalks or anything behind the steering wheel. Typically, you have your paddles, your gear selectors, your blinkers. There's none of that in this car. So that's why it has this super minimal look. So if you look on the steering wheel, that's where all the buttons are. There's 2 scroll wheels, and then there's blinker buttons on one side. And you have a button for the headlights and for cleaning the windshield. And the mic for voice commands, and even the horn for some reason is a separate button. So they've really gone full on.
Wow.
It's like an F1 car basically, where all of the buttons are on the steering wheel for quick, easy access, so the driver never has to take their hands.
That is very interesting, guys. Please let me know in the comment section. What do you think of this steering wheel? Is it outrageous? Is it just something like what the heck is going on? Or is it like, you know what, I can see myself getting used to that? And most likely, is it going to be one of those things, as a Tesla owner, I'm not a Tesla owner yet, I want to, but hey, I'll rather be investing right now and grow my income. So is that something where I can eventually get used to it, and when you do get used to it, you're like, I don't see myself going back to a circle steering wheel? Or is it one of them things you like it, but you're like, yeah, I prefer the circle steering wheel. Circle. But you get the gist. So let me know in the comment section down below. And whilst you're there anyway, smash that like button, because it helps out with the video, it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. When you're also in the description, don't forget to use Trading 212. Use that link to sign up so you can get your free share with Trading 212 that's valued up to £100. Back to the video though.
It's
going to be an awesome
by,
video.
I guess, that functionality. So it's interesting. I think that's definitely something that's going to have to take some getting used to, like a lot of things in Teslas. But I really hope those are physical buttons and not like touchscreen buttons, because if that was a touchscreen button, that's not the way to go on a steering wheel button. But it looks like a regular button. But then with the half wheel thing, I know I've sort of mentioned this before, and I thought we've gone over like the question, is this even legal? There's a lot of things Tesla does and renders and prototypes that aren't shipped yet that you're like, is this even legal? But if we forget even the legality question, the question of is it legal or not really stems from, is this safe or not? Is this smart or not? Not having a top of the steering wheel is very different for a lot of people. Like I imagine in
True, very, very true. I do understand Marques Brownlee's point, because imagine, God forbid, if you were in an accident and things are everywhere, and you're trying to grab the steering wheel. I was going to say, but then again, the car practically drives itself and it can brake automatically in danger. So, yeah, snap. I literally realized that, because, with autonomy, right? So the car will be able to drive by itself, and it can do an emergency brake if you're in danger. So it sounds like it's safe. That's a confusing one. Let me know in the comment section. I want this comment section to pop up, because this is some interesting points right here.
This makes total sense. but just driving in a straight line.
He just said it. He just said it.
In autopilot, of course, this makes total sense.
Yes, he just said it.
It's very different for a lot of people. Like, I imagine in autopilot, of course, this makes total sense, but just driving in a straight line, a lot of people like to rest their hand on top of the steering wheel. There is no top anymore. And also, for turning, you know, just a lot of those moves where you're like sliding the wheel through your hands, there's just, whenever there's a chunk of the wheel missing, that's a question. I feel like I have to use it to understand if it's worth the trade-off or not. But hey, it's a render, so we have yet to see if they're actually going to finally ship a yoke steering wheel in a Tesla like they've said they would. But I can already imagine there's a bunch of third-party add-on accessories being planned for this top part. Maybe you get like a carbon fiber piece, perhaps, or you get some like suede leather, whatever's going on. I'm sure there's a lot of companies licking their chops that are going to make that. Bottom line, I'm going to have to try it. I have lots of negative thoughts on it, looking at it, but it looks cool, so I want to try it. Oh, and then also, I was just wondering, because I'd just been looking at the pictures for a while, there's no gear selector. Like, that's usually also a stock, like every other car, but there's no stocks in this car, and now where do you just go into drive? That was my question. How do you reverse? How do you go into neutral? And apparently, I found an Elon tweet where he says that the car guesses your drive gear based on what obstacles it sees, the context, and the map, and you can override it on the touchscreen in the middle.
What?
This might be the definition of, I don't know about that one, Chief. I really think a drive selector is like a fundamental thing in a car, and I know Tesla likes bending the mold of fundamentals in cars, but I can imagine this is either going to be great the 90% of the times it works, or awful and potentially dangerous the 10% of the time it doesn't work. Like, I imagine trying to pull a K-turn on a busy road, and then you have to reverse, and it's not letting you reverse, and you hit the pedal and you go forward. It's a lot. I don't know about that one. But anyway, in the interior, the most important change, I think, is this move to the new horizontal touchscreen, which makes it easier for their software development since now all the cars have horizontal screens, and they don't have to do separate dedicated resources for doing vertical screen stuff anymore. I kind of wonder how that will affect my car and everyone who has a current Model S who has a vertical screen.
I personally don't like the vertical screen. I just think it just looks wrong. It just looks like you're a coder, you work for Google, and you know how coders normally turn the screen long ways so they can code easily, because it's obviously in portrait, right? So yeah, for me, it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it looks way better having it, normal landscape. So that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments as well.
But this sort of unifies their lineup. But this screen looks nice. It's a 17-inch diagonal again, 2200 by 1300 resolution, should be pretty bright and sharp. And they mentioned excellent responsiveness, and there's a lot of compute power behind this screen, so I have no doubt about that. Wow. And it looks even better than Model 3.
Come on, look at that.
Much better integrated into the car itself.
Oh my days! I just can't get over how nice that steering wheel looks. That steering wheel looks awesome. Honestly. Like, say whatever you want to say, but it just looks awesome. It's a different thing, obviously, trying it and everything else, but it looks incredible to me.
It does in the Model 3. And what's interesting? It says on the site it has left-right tilt. Like, maybe it moves or something. Now, looking at the renders, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to move. Like, if you just grab it, will it pop out of the dash and you can sort of tilt it towards you? Not sure. I'm very curious how they pull that off. But currently, it's kind of hard to see sometimes, but the Model S screen is tilted a little bit towards the driver. So that's pretty important.
That's nice.
Model 3, it's a little closer to flat. Then Model S has now inherited the touchscreen controlled air conditioning vents from the Model 3. I'm pretty neutral on these, and there's also now a pair of wireless chargers underneath that screen, much higher up.
Nice.
I love this, but still, a major advantage of the Model S and Model X, they're more premium vehicles, for their setups is that it still has a display behind the steering wheel. And so this one is still here, which is sweet. And I think it even got a little bit bigger, which is dope. But it opens up more room now that you have that info, like your speed and your drive and maybe your navigation in the middle. It opens up more room on the center display. And then there's a new third display added for the backseat passengers, which I assume will let them...
I'll let him speak on that and see what he's about to say, what he assumes anyways it will let them do and stuff like that. But I think it's a sick idea, an amazing idea. But now I just want to find out the function behind it, so we can see.
Conditioning, but
control the air conditioning
passengers, which I assume will let them control their air conditioning, but they can also play games from a wireless controller, which I think gets a lot of people excited. The thing is, it sounds pretty
does.
sweet, but it's so low down there that I imagine if you're in
Your
the back
neck
seat,
pain.
like craning your neck, looking
Yeah.
down at this screen for so long, you probably don't want to game on it for a while. Usually screens in the back seat are up against the headrest,
yep.
but maybe a kid would enjoy that. It's a cool feature. I'm not going to downplay it. I just think it's funny. It's so low. But anyway, then there's a couple extras that I noticed. One, ventilated seats are back.
I'm sure they
Nice.
thought about it.
Then there's also now Model 3 door-style handles on the inside. And there's a pair of wireless charging mats in that new backseat armrest for your passengers, which is sick. And then the site details
That's
a new
sick.
speaker system with 22 speakers and active noise cancellation. But the key word
Oh.
here, the key word,
Active.
active.
Yeah.
Active noise cancellation, which is really interesting. If it works anything like I've seen in active noise canceling headphones, what they're basically doing is using microphones to hear the noise outside the car, like road noise, wind noise, maybe even pedestrian murmur, just sort of white noise outside. And then it pumps in anti-noise into the car to make it sound perfectly silent
Definitely.
inside the car. And I think that
Which is cold. By cold, I mean like amazing, sick. Honestly. Gosh. As always, if you're finding value, smash that like button. It means a lot to us, okay? Literally.
might be the
Now.
most Tesla thing ever. It's
I'm
really
joking. Just
fascinating.
smash it.
So many manufacturers have gotten
appreciate
really
it.
good at like their window seals, and every little gap in the car is as tiny as possible to minimize the sound that gets in from the outside. And that's a nice premium quiet experience. Obviously, Tesla's not quite as good at that yet, so they just do it with software. That's the most Tesla thing ever. Either way, I got to test it. I want to hear it for myself. I'm curious about that. But that brings us, last but not least, to the insane specs and prices. So Model S is now simplified to 3 versions.
Let's
Long
go.
range, Plaid, and
And
Plaid
Plaid
Plus.
Plus.
So as you can see, the base price went up. It's no longer $69,420. Sorry, fans. But it is a dual motor, long range version, and it'll do 412 miles, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and 155 mile an hour top speed. Now that's already pretty sweet. That's a performance car already, but that's the long range version with dual motors. Then there's Plaid. And the way to look at Plaid is it's basically a new improved performance Model S. So this time it's triple motors. So the range goes down a little bit to 390 miles.
Okay.
And it'll do 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds.
Wow.
Thanks to 1,020 horsepower from those motors.
Wow.
And a 200 mile an hour top speed on the right tires. So I guess it's most likely a
Wow.
bit less than that on street tires, but not that that should matter.
When he mentioned that, I was like, who cares? I mean, some people care about goodness me, that speed though.
Number and a ridiculous, but not that that should matter.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous number and a ridiculous set of specs for a 5,000 pound sedan. But here's where it gets interesting. As a truck drives by, now there's Plaid Plus. So the Plaid Plus version
The next
will
level.
do 520 plus miles of range and a slightly faster 0 to 60 with a little bit more horsepower, 1,100 horsepower. And just for fun, they quoted a sub 9 second quarter mile, which would make it the quickest
fastest
production car ever made. So aside from
Ever. And I heard that on the earnings call as well, and Elon Musk really did emphasize on it, like ever. Like we're not talking about it's the quickest car ever made. Obviously production in it.
a 5,000 pound 4-door family sedan rocketing 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds and the fastest quarter mile ever. I want to focus just for a second on the difference in range between Plaid and Plaid Plus. That's a pretty big difference from 390 miles to 520 plus miles. So that leads me to believe that Plaid Plus, when it comes out later in the year, because Plaid is right around the corner, Plaid Plus is likely a new battery of some kind. New battery technology, new battery capacity, maybe both. Because if you look at Model X, there actually is no Plaid Plus Model X. So it's just the long range, which goes 360 miles, and then Plaid, which again is the performance model that loses a bit of range. It goes to 340. So this new performance model, the Plaid Model S with triple motors, is going to start shipping in March, which is right around the corner. But the Plaid Plus is still in development and coming later in this year, 2021, if it's on time. And I assume this is the new battery technology that will also end up in Cybertruck, because that thing promises also
Most
500 plus
likely.
miles of range, and the Roadster when it happens, because that promises 600. Which brings me
Or maybe
neatly
even
to my
better.
conclusion. I'm not ordering
Nah. I don't believe him. Trust me. He's gonna mention that, and then later on down the year, he's gonna end up ordering somehow. He's a tech channel as well. Let's not forget. So Marques Brownlee most likely will end up ordering it and doing a review on it, or maybe I don't know if Tesla actually ships it or sends the car to Marques for free. I don't know. We'll have to see. But let's see what he's gonna say.
Model S, or a Plaid Plus Model S. I don't plan on needing that. Now, don't get me wrong. I want it.
Yeah, well,
I
want told
to
you.
Experience face melting 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, and I think it would be sick.
Oh, it would be cold.
As far as differences between the Model S I already drive, not a whole lot of them making a big difference to me. Maybe the range is the one biggest thing I'd be missing out on, but I'm staying patient for Roadster. And we did finally get an update, just one random tweet on Roadster, which looks like it's now going to be 2022, if it's on time. But also the thing is, early Tesla models, if you haven't noticed, tend to be the ones with the most tiny problems and the most little bugs. And I think this will be a little period of working those things out, working out what the deal is with the steering wheel and the software about going from reverse to forward and figuring it out like that. That's going to take a little bit. So I'm staying patient.
Okay,
and I will
let's see.
Eventually a Roadster to look forward to that will do this crazy range and will somehow have
that justifies it. Having the Roadster to look forward to, yes, any day of the year, I'll leave the Model S and just wait for the Roadster. But it's Marques Brownlee we're talking about, so I'm sure he might get tempted, order the Model S refresh, and then just switch. I mean, he can if he wants to, really and truly. Let's be honest.
Than this rocket sedan that they just made, the Plaid Plus Model S. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. I'm super curious what you guys think seeing this new interior. Does it bring Tesla up to the luxury look or luxury levels you're into? And what do you think of the yoke steering wheel? Because I think that's going to be the most polarizing piece. But either way, I'll leave my dear electric cars video down
below. I appreciate Marques Brownlee. That was a quality video. It was nice. It was a good idea as well that he did it inside of his Model S. So that's quite nice as well. But overall, an awesome video to check out. I want to see perhaps other videos as well. So stay tuned on this channel because I'm sure there's plenty of more Model S refresh coming up, as well as plenty of Tesla videos as well. So subscribe if you're here for that. Go ahead. I post videos every single day without a fail. I've been doing it like it's gonna go. We're gonna reach close to a year now. So be sure to subscribe, like that, smash that like button, and description below will give you a free share if you want it. Is there for you to get. Okay, or to take advantage of using Trading 212. Join the Discord as well. It's popping in there, so everything is just nice, man. Things are just working out. We love it. All right, guys. By watching this video, you did not waste your time. Don't forget to tell your haters to get in line. Check out that awesome video right here, that awesome video below, and then the subscribe button once more is it's hot. It's right there, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Much love. Bye bye.